Hi Steve, lovely to see you again last night, mate. Do a little bit more work on your game. If we look at the problems you've been having, you've said you've been struggling to draw the golf ball. If we take a little look at you from down the line first of all, we're going to start to see why. As we go back, the arms are not taking a bad route at that point. We could do with the arm coming in a little bit more than we see there. Top of the backswing pretty good, but then as we start down, we've got this big move over the top. And there's no way from there you're going to be able to swing out at it. That club's going to work quickly left. If you did attempt to swing out at it from there, the arms would disconnect from the body. The neck of the club would hit the golf ball and would hit the dreaded shank. So you can see there, that's where the cut has come back in. And because we're not swinging in a circular manner, we've had a loss of power as well. So we're going to take a look at why we're swinging in this direction. Well, the big issue we had last night was this move off it. One of the things you've improved on through the winter is your ability to stay centred and therefore control both your angle of attack and the path of the golf club. And if we see what was going on last night, big move off the golf ball, big move off it. We've now just made it very easy to hit the ground behind the ball or catch the ball on a slight upswing. When the club's working up, it's also working left, and therefore, as we saw down the target line view, we're going to swipe across the golf ball imparting left to right spin. In order for you to get into a position where the club can attack the ball from the inside, you have to now make a big shift across. Whenever you make that big shift across, you tend to come over the top of it, but it's also a power leak. Whilst you're trying to move across, you're wasting energy that could be imparted on the back of the golf ball. So really the key thought for you is to stay much more centred. You had worked on that well during the winter months and you've just drifted back to your old way of swinging. The drill we suggested was locking that right leg out and hitting some hard shots just to give you a feeling of having that right hip a little bit higher, making a little bit more of a centred turn. And I'm just going to bring up someone else's footage for you now in the centre and just let you have a little look at it. When we look at a player who's making a more centred turn, we notice that this right hip is much higher than the left, whereas with yourself, it's much more level. If the hips stay level, we've got a limited capacity to stay centred, so we need that right hip to be higher in order for us to stay in a little bit more of a centred position on the way back. So the right leg being straight, with that idea of that drill, works wonderfully for you. Stops the hips staying level, frees up the flex in that right knee and allows you to stay on top of the golf ball more. From that more centred position, you can drive forward in the downswing and get the club coming from the inside without any manipulation whatsoever. Good luck with it, and I'll see you again in a week or so's time.